Hello everybody, so today we'll be doing day 3 of the 12 days of Stitchmas. I have completed 1 and 2 for you guys, so here is day 1 and cute little Christmas tree. Day 2, the beautiful candles. I just love the idea of these little guys. I did a little something different on that second stitching just so you can see that you can do it a little different design. I went with silver on the cream, so I mean if you want that to pop a little more, maybe a different color. We did some embossing, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll use the same notched corner frame dies on all of my projects, depending on what we're doing, but so maybe we'll continue that today. So I'll have all those things linked there. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those, guys. Like I had mentioned, this is already sold out on a couple different sites, so hopefully it'll still be available when you watch this video if it's something you're interested in. I'll link all the different items that I'm using there. So, oh, that was day 1 popped out for me. So day 3, let's check this out, and then we'll just get right to it. Oh yes, it's the ornament, the big ornament. Okay, so there are, I think, a couple of ornaments in this collection. Let me think. I think there are. I think there's another one. And what I'm thinking is maybe we should pair them together. That would be kind of a little bit of a cheat because it'll be this one video and then it'll have the 2 different ornaments. But let's do that. So we have the outer die, so you can have a background. You have your inlay. You have all these little stitched areas here. On this one, it's simply just these little like flower or kind of circular images here, and then these guys that you stitch. The rest of it's just kind of cut out so you can see the background real well. And then it has the little hanger, of course. Super cute. Let me look around and see what where the other ornament is. Okay, guys, and basically I'm just gonna open these and kind of take a peek under because it has a little like preview right here. You can see that little ornament there, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, that's actually day 9. So today's video is gonna be day 3 and day 9. I know that might be weird, but you know, I'm gonna put them together. So day 9 has a round ornament. Well, actually, it's more like an ovalish ornament. I think that's it. I don't remember there being another ornament. At least I didn't come across it between these guys. So let's open this guy up. And so then we have this guy. And I already did a whole unboxing of every single thing. I measured them and all that kind of stuff. Today, we're just going to get right to it. So we have the background piece, of course, our inlay, very similar design. And then this guy. So I think that'd be cute to have them both on the same card or however. So let me grab some papers and I'll grab my my add-on stitch bundle, and we'll get started. I'll be right back. Let's put these to the side for just a moment, because what I'm going to do first, I think today we'll still use the same die set like I had mentioned. My little needle minder is holding onto it, all the needles. But I think what I'll do is make like a gift box. So that'll be fun. We'll just add a different little element to this. But I've been using this die set to make like a little frame. I've been using this size here, but what I'm going to do is see what size this biggest one is. It will cut an opening, which I don't know that I want to do a whole opening. That's 4 1/4 inches wide. I'm assuming by 5 1/2 in the other direction. Yeah, just so roughly. So let's go ahead. Well, I guess I can make it look exactly the same. Let's go ahead and make a box that is 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2. So the box top, you know, maybe an inch or so deep, maybe 1 1/2 inches. So let me do some numbers because I have to kind of create that. And generally I do these with you guys. Sometimes I do them off camera. I don't know if that helps today. Let me grab a scrap of paper and see if we can get that going. I found the scrap of paper, but my pen that I chose was a fountain pen that I haven't used in a long time, so it wasn't working, and now this one wants to give me trouble too. But let me get a little closer. So if you're gonna make a box and you want it to be 4 1/4 wide, oh my goodness, by 5 1/2, and if you want it to be like 1 inch deep, maybe the lid a little different, let's say 1 1/2 inches. That would add 3 inches, 8 1/2. Oh, okay. So let's make the box base 1 1/2 inches, and then the top just being 1 inch, so that when you open it up, or even 1/2 inch, you can see some of the box base, right, with the lid on top. So like this one, I guess. See, I can see the base and a little bit of the top, or you can make it so it just completely covers whatever it is you want to do, but just think about your numbers. So if I want to make it so that the box base is 1 1/2 inches tall, that means I need to add 1 1/2 inches on either side, here and here, right? All around. We're going to add another 1 1/2 inches here. And here, I know my numbers look weird because I just have them on the side, but basically that's 3 inches, right? 1.5 inches plus 1.5 inches is 3 inches. So our paper needs to be 8.5 for the box base by, oh, actually it's 8.5 this way. Sorry guys, 5.5 plus the 3, right? 8.5, still 8.5 by 4.25 plus 3 inches. So by 7.25. Okay, and that'll give us 1.5 inch sides on the box base. Now if the box top, I don't know why I wrote that there, needs to be, let's just make it 1/2 inch. So when the other 1/2 inch comes down, 1/2 inch will be showing. That's fine, right? Or an inch would be showing. That's nice. So 1/2 inch more on either side. So now we're not doing 1.5 inch. We're just doing 1/2 inch more. So on the 5.5 inches, we're just adding an inch. So it's 6.5 by 4.25 plus an inch, so by 5.25. So I'm gonna grab 2 pieces of paper that are those sizes, just so we can make a box real quick. And then what I'm going to do is still put the same kind of top on top of it, and then put our cute little ornaments, okay? But I'll be right back. Luckily, that first measurement for the base, 8.5 by 7.25. Your paper's generally, if you're using A2 size paper, it's already 8.5, right? So I just cut it 7.25, and then this guy is a little bit smaller at 6.5 by 5.25. And these are just some heavy duty papers I had in my stash, and I'm just gonna go with it with that cream color, and then everything else is gonna be kind of creamy also. I was thinking about blues again. I know yesterday's project was blue, but that's what I'm in the mood for. So anyway, all right, so we have the top and we have the base. Now I'm gonna score in different lines because this is only gonna have 1/2 inch sides and this is gonna have 1.5 inch sides. But generally what you do is you follow, you do the same if you're doing the same height on your sides. So I have this board, and there's tons of boards out there in the world, guys, and chances are you have your own board that you make boxes with. But generally what they want you to do is use one side for the box lid and one side for the box base. Sometimes you have to flip them or turn them in the other direction. With this one, you just measure from one side or measure from the other. So this is my box lid, again, the smaller one. Again, that's the top, that is 6.5 by 5.25. We're just going to score at 1/2 inch all around. 1/2 inch is not that big, to be honest. I usually like making them a little deeper, but that's what I did for today. So there we go. This would be really nice in the glitter papers, but I do like to make that little topper out of glitter, so I figured, this part of my card or my project, if I'm gonna use glitter here, I'm not gonna use it on the top also, conserve that beautiful paper for something else. So let's put that there. Okay, 1/2 inch. And that is our lid. Now on the box base side, what happens with these boards is basically they're making it so when you score it, it's just a little bit off. Like, I don't know if you can see this little lip that this nestles into is different from the lip that's over here, and that little piece, which is like a 1/16 of an inch, makes it so that when you fold it, it's that little tiny bit smaller. It might even be like a 32nd of an inch. So when you put your lid on the top, the lid is a legit, measurements, but this one's just a little bit smaller, even though you're using the marks that you would think that you need to use, right? So here we're gonna do 1.5 inches, but it doesn't count backwards for me. So it starts at 8 and then it goes backwards. So I'm gonna score at the 6.5 inch line, because that's 1.5 inch. And again here, 6.5. Ooh, this is barely long enough. Actually, we're gonna cut that away so it doesn't matter. Over here, 6.5 again. I hope I didn't do the wrong one. You guys, I get distracted. And 6.5. And if you did this right, if you go and you measure this, you'll see that this in here is 4.25 by 5.5. But what's funny is, since this is the box base part, or underneath, it is literally 1/8 of an inch smaller, because again, that little 16th that they take off all around. Okay, I'm gonna show you on this guy what you're gonna do with both the top and the bottom. But basically you're gonna fold it, and you can do that now, or you can do it, well, let's do it afterwards. Sorry guys, back it up. You have these little squares that you just made from your scoring, right? And it's up to you to choose what you want, but basically I'll cut up one side and then just kind of trim away some of that. And you can trim away wherever you like, but generally I just kind of get rid of some of it. You can go right to the corner, however you think the look is best for you. So if you want to go from here to the corner, you can take that whole piece off. And then go to the next one and do the same thing. I did this one a little bit different because I haven't done a box in a while. So up there. So right here. So each tab will basically have a one cut. Now, if you like the look of just having the tabs on this one and this being clean, then do it that way. Do whatever you like. But for me, each panel, each side tab gets a glue tab. Okay, and then one more time here. Here to here. And that just cleans it up, makes it look a little nicer. I think I can take a little more off that one. And we'll do the same thing with the lid, exactly the same. Okay, so each one of these little tabs, you're gonna go and cut a piece and then cut down or however you like for that to look. And now we're gonna score along all of these guys. If you score first then cut, that's fine too, but then you might get like this little knobbiness. I don't know if that makes any sense, but when you score it, it makes like a little bump and then you cut into it and it looks kind of not great. So I like to cut first. All right, we have that one and this one. Okay. And now we're just going to glue those glue tabs, and I would do the exact same thing with the lid. So it's going to be exactly the same. Something like that. You might cut it this way. I mean, there's lots of ways to cut this that makes it look better, or however you like. Do that. Like I said, I haven't made a box in a while. I feel like I usually cut it the other direction, but that's okay. So there we go. We're going to take that and this and just line them up right along that score line. Sometimes I have little clippies that I use to help me hold things. Glue tab right to the edge. Over here. Right here. And then our last glue tab. And then our last glue tab again, just right here. You guys know I'm getting roof work done and I still want to make videos, so like I am pausing and stopping in between hammering and whatever other sound. Whatever the god awful sound they're making up there. But you know what? It's looking really good, so I'm super happy. Super happy. Okay, so that's it. That's our box base. And I'll do the exact same thing, same method to do the box top. So let's try this out and see if we got our box and if it's looking good. It is looking pretty good. Look at that. All right, so let's make our top. So I'm just gonna grab some papers in my mind that coordinate. I have no idea, honestly, what I was gonna do with these guys. So let's, ooh, what if we do them glittery? Or at least the background part. I don't know, we'll see. So let me grab what I think I'm gonna use here. Maybe some gold. And we'll see about the background paper, but let me grab some papers. Again, they could be from the new glitter papers that Spellbinders brought out, or maybe even from the Stitch add-on kit, and I'll be right back. Cut down. This mustard color paper is from the add-on kit. It's from right in here, and I will put the extra pieces back in here. But I grabbed it from here, and then I'll even keep that little piece because it's nice and straight. And then the glitter I got from the glitter cardstock in gold. And so last time what I did was I embossed this just to have some texture in the background, but I think these guys are so big you're barely going to see anything of that, so let's just make the focus these guys, and I'm not going to incorporate anything in the back like this, which is gorgeous, but we'll save it for the next one. So this is cut down. Again, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, basically A2 card size box. This is cut down to just a little bit smaller than those dimensions, because what I like to do is make sure that I'm not competing with this piece that goes on top, and you know, have the other yellow kind of sticking out where I don't want it, or however. So we'll probably stick these together and then stick them on there. So I have this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I love that kind of sizing. If you don't like to do that, they have precision dies that Spellbinders puts out that you can get those numbers with easily, you know, just using a die, or you know, maybe you do the whole thing 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, or maybe you do like 5 1/4 by 4, work with 1/4 inches, whatever you want. I am going to make the aperture, I think, a little bit bigger though, just like, why not? I've been using this one. I thought maybe today we'll use this one, which does leave it, you know, relatively thin, but I think that'll look really lovely. So I'm going to pop this on here and just run this through. So let's just see, kind of eyeballing where that might go, and then I'm going to run it through. Okay, guys. Sorry, I kind of got off there quickly because I could hear hammering, and I was like, you know what, I'll just check out. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this down, and that's that. It is a wider opening you want to, you know, emboss it, go for it. It looks really pretty. But I'm just going to keep it kind of low profile and simple here. So I'm going to glue this onto here and then glue that onto my base. So just there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Guys, sorry about that. If it's not one thing, it's another. My husband's like, I'm gonna go look at the roof. I said, okay. And he's all, I'll be very quiet. I'll come in quiet. I said, okay. And he opens the door, is like talking. So he's like, oh, I totally forgot. Anyway, all right, let's put this on here. And that was pretty funny. Like, he literally told me. Anyway, all right, let's put this guy on here. That's really pretty already. Okay, so next up we'll be cutting our base pieces and things like that. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I was just kind of playing around with this because what I think I'm going to do is possibly use the gold thread or the silver thread in here to look like the ornaments are hanging. You can definitely incorporate that like within, you know, maybe inlay it in here so it looks like it's coming down from the frame. But I do have this set here, the BB Cameron Snowflake Card Creator, and I know it has these really cute like spruce or fir, I guess, kind of needles here, so I thought, well, maybe we can put a few across and then have these guys hanging on there. So I have this here, but for the ornaments, I have the black glitter cardstock, again from the Jewel Tone assortment. You guys, this stuff is really great. So I'm gonna cut out black glitter. This is gonna be very elegant. Let's do that. So black glitter peeking out from behind. This is from the add-on stitching set. I don't think I have another piece that's smaller of the paper, so I'm just going to cut into this guy. But what we're going to do with this one is go ahead and do the inlays too, right? So this is what we're going to stitch on. So on both these guys, I would put them just like this, and of course you put a little washi so that they don't move on you. You know, washi tape so that the dies don't move. Run them through, and when I come back, we'll start stitching. In the meantime, I also went ahead and cut the little silver out of silver, just because that's typical what you see in ornaments. But you know, if you want to make it gold, whatever you like. They're both exactly the same die. You just get two of them, right? One in each set there. And then these guys, oh, I was going to clean them out, but they're pretty cleaned out. And a lot of times too, as you're using your needle and thread, you're going to poke through it anyway, so you don't really have to take time to poke it out, but I will clean these up and I'll be right back. So we have our pieces here. Oh, I was just putting this stuff to the side. We have these guys. So I was going to bring out some black thread from like my own stash, but you know what? I'm going to use the silver again. It's so pretty, and it's going to be very, not super noticeable, but I think it'll be really pretty with the gold shimmer and then the black showing through in the back. So let's grab quite a bit of this. And let's go ahead and get that on our needle. Excuse me. Okay, so this stuff is very stiff. You can pretty much get it through there without the needle threader, but you know, if you get the add-on kit, it has a needle threader. But bring it down quite a bit because it can slip out. It's pretty slippery stuff. And you know, just go to town. So I'm just looking where I want to start. Like this one has like this little circle in the center, and then it has two areas that are just kind of like these side kind of little sprays, and it's going to be very much the same with this one. Like this one has these areas at the top, so I would just start at the top and then go to the left, you know, and keep going. These guys kind of meet up together, but you know, just it's going to be the same thing that I'm showing you here with that one. So let's bring it down here. Again, you can put a little knot. I'm probably going to go ahead and stick mine down like somewhere where it's not super noticeable, maybe there. Let me grab my double-sided tape. Just a little bit of that. This is smaller spaces in this one, so I'm just getting a small amount and I'm going to place it somewhere where it's not going to be super noticeable, maybe like right here. So right in between there, not too bad. And we'll just get started. So from here, I'm just going to go to like this one. And you know, when you have a lot of like areas where it's like, oh, if you go out to the left and to the right, and you can, if you go like this one and this one, this one, this one, this one till you get to the middle, it'll look like a shell, really pretty. But this one's not too complicated, so I'm just gonna go right back down to that center. It only has 3 little branches, or however you want to look at it. So I'll go to here. Oh, let's move this guy out of the way, and then back up the middle to the last piece. And I have a lot of things over here that this guy's catching on, so let's get rid of that little scrap. Okay, and then back down in here. So that one's done. Like I said, it's just a little something with the silver. It doesn't catch on camera as well, but that's okay. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna go to the middle one. I'm in the back right now. And again, just going around the whole circle. So to this one and back to the middle, or if you want to just pop over to the neighbor, that's fine too. However you want to stitch it, you know, really cute if you want to make it fancier with like French knots, you know, whatever it is. So I went down there, I'm going to go back up to the middle. These are very short stints, and that's why I like to do it just the regular way. Sometimes I'll bring it over to the neighbor just because it's easier to, in the back, only waste like this little bit of thread that's in the back instead of going like these long strips. But this one's very short and just circular, so I'm just going to keep going like that. And here, back to the middle. I kind of keep my hand in the back in a way that keeps the tension so that your little threads aren't just like too bulky. And then back down to the middle, or that one, back to the middle. Next one, and I'm just going to finish this one up to show you real quick. Back up to the center. Oh, see, I moved the thread. Well, maybe you don't see that because it's small, but I just try to make sure that I'm getting on the opposite side of the thread and not splitting the threads or anything like that. So again, another little kind of arrangement there. Back up through the center. Oh, over here. And from here, to be honest, I can go to the next one and come down in the center and then just come out this way, but I'm just going to go back into the center and go up top. Okay, and then from here, we still have this last bit. And again, if it's not noticeable that you bring it all the way over here, then I do it. But if you can see like the strand back here, then just start in a different spot, you know? So, yeah, we'll just start up here. And then I'll go back to the center and go, oopsie, up to the middle one, and then over to the next one. So you're just kind of wrapping around and around, basically. And, you know, I'm going to cut it off here, but if it was close enough, I would just continue up, bring it this way, but there's not really a way that you're going to be able to do that without, you know, using that thread back there, right? So let's keep that there. Let's get a little bit of this, and that's what I'll do with all of them. So you saw the little circular, and then also kind of the little shell kind of sprays out. And what I can do with this one is maybe bring it over here, just up a little bit this way, and just going to tack that off there. I am going to cut it down a little bit because I can see that it's probably visible on the other side, so let me just cut this off. Come on, buddy. And what I'm saying is like this piece, you can probably see a little bit of it back there. So I'm just going to trim that away in a way that's good. There we go. And now it's out of that little hole, right? So now you don't see it. And again, I'll just do the same thing at the top here. Just make my little circles. This one has little circles, and it also has like a little shell kind of spray like these guys had on the side. And I'll just finish this one up and just look at that sparkle. So cute with the silver and the gold. Okay, so I'm just showing this one I'm going to do with both of them. You can put your string on if you're going to do that kind of ornament look on that before you put it all together, but I'm going to put it together because just, you know, saving some time here. Put glue wherever you can. That's not going to be too obtrusive, I suppose. And then I'm going to put it right on top of this guy. If you want to use dimensionals, it looks really lovely to keep the one level off the other. But for right now, I can see that looks really great. I know maybe it's hard for you to see because of the black background. But I'm going to put some glue on this, and then I'm going to put something heavy on top of this just to hold it all together while I work on the next one. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty. Okay, so again, it is glitter paper, so we have to be patient. You can definitely use hot glue. I'm going to hold that for a second, then put something heavy on top, okay? And then I'll be back with both of them. So we have our box, we have our beautiful ornaments. They're going to go something like this or like this. I'm not sure. You know what? Maybe this one can go in the front because it looks a little bigger in perspective. It's just, I don't know, the way I'm looking at it. And then our little leaves here. So I haven't cut those, but I will grab this one, maybe a couple of those, maybe mostly these guys, and just cut them from something pretty, or maybe just some green paper. maybe some glittery paper. I don't know. I think we have a lot of shine and shimmer on there already, so I think these guys can just kind of blend in the back. So I'll probably just cut them from some green paper from the add-on kit, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have some leftover of the silver thread, which I'll use for this guy, and then we have our little die cuts. Again, I just cut them from some green paper, and we'll just get them over here. Now you can definitely take the time to like wrap it and actually wrap it around these guys, or however you want to do it. I don't know what this is going to look like quite yet, so you know, I just kind of wanted to fill this area in. That's what it looks like. And honestly, I could even bring it from behind the other one and bring it down this way, right? I was just going to have them all from the same branch, basically. Something like that. Just fill this in. And then this one, I had run out of paper, and I just let it cut as much as it could, and it just looks like that, and that's fine too. Something like that. Oh yeah. And then these guys. So, let's see. Now we can tie them on, you can loop it, I mean whatever it is that you think would be best for your project. Let me think, what do I want to do? I was just going to do something like this. Just bring it up, but you know this is a little bit too long, so let's use it for this one down here. Let's go buddy, right there. And you can tie a little knot even, or actually tie it to a branch, right? But for me, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Let me do this. Let's do a little double knot. That way I can just kind of tie it. I'll do the same thing with the other one, but a shorter amount. Bring it all the way up as far as I can. Something like that. And again, you can even place this on the branch so it looks a little more organic, right? I'll do the same thing with this one, but just a little bit shorter. Take a minute to just start gluing these things down, and as you know, I have people working on the roof, so what I'm going to do is do that with music over it. I'm just going to put glue on the back of our pieces and kind of nestle these in as I need them, and I'll be right back. So cute, and honestly if you just leave it they can dangle. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna stick them down, but I mean honestly you can just let them do their own thing, because I also pulled out a sentiment in the meantime, and I was gonna have that here, so I'm gonna have it on here anyway. But I mean you can definitely let these things, maybe I'll let them dangle anyway, even with that sentiment there. So let me put some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment, and I will be right back. I cannot believe how cute this came out. I mean this could be a card front, right? I mean I'm just popping this on here, but you could have done this on a card. You know, I did it a little wider so you can kind of see these guys. I was going to bring this up on a dimensional and then leave this one stuck down, but honestly I kind of like the kinetic nature of this, so maybe we're just going to leave it, okay? And then I also grabbed these little red pearls. This one's called Fashion Poppy, and I'm just going to pop some here and there. It looks like one turned out over here on me, and I'll use that one too. So I'm just going to take some of these guys and just place them. So I hope this was a fun video for you guys. I'm just going to place them up in here just to add a little red also, with all the gold and kind of goldenrod I have going. I thought the red pops of red would be really nice. So of course you can put those wherever you like, but I was going to put them up here to look like berries. And there we have our little box, little gift box with a little fun kinetic nature to it. I am in love with that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope that was fun for you guys too. Again, these is days 3 and 9, and keep an eye out for day 4 as we continue on. I'll have everything linked in the description box. I'll have some images for you guys, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.